Omari, welcome to New York. Looking forward to working with you this season. You know, over the last couple of years, you've shown some real flashes in your ability to shoot. Describe to me how you think you will fit in with this team, with the Knicks, and what's it going to take for you to earn some solid, consistent minutes here?
Competing and proving myself day in and day out and letting people know that I am a hard worker and this is something that I'm committed to. And I know that has been a question and kind of my knock being in this league. So just doing away with all the notions that I don't work hard and that I don't have a passion or love for the game. I compete at a high level and I just want to bring intensity and energy to this team and do my job.
Next question comes from Mark Berman of the New York Post.
Omari, were you a Knicks fan when you were in Middletown? And, you mentioned working hard. There was some talk you read about some weight issues and stuff. Where do you feel you are in terms of conditioning now?
I'm just working my way back, being out of an NBA farm system for as long as I was, just getting back in a good organization that's helping me reach my full potential. So still working, but definitely on the right track, and I'll be ready.
Next question comes from Spencer Julian of MSG.
Hey, Omari. A couple of years for you now in the league. For Knick fans that maybe aren't too familiar with your game, how would you describe it to a Knick fan?
3-and-D, rebound, do whatever you can, dive on the floor, athletic, shoot the ball, and do whatever a coach asks me. I'm just here to compete, do what's asked of me, and earn everything that's given to me.
Our next question comes from Mark Berman, New York Post.
Yeah, Omari, so you spent a lot of time of your childhood in Middletown. Were you a Knicks fan, a Nets fan, or what was your leanings?
Actually, I was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. I spent maybe two years in Middletown, and then I moved up to upstate New York, Hoosac School, if you guys have ever heard of it. But growing up, I was actually a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I know some Knicks fans are probably gonna hate me now, but I grew up, born and raised in Cleveland, and that's where definitely my roots are.
Our next question comes from Rebecca Harlow, MSG.
Yeah, Omari, you won a national championship with Villanova, and a lot of guys from that class came out making their way in the league now. Just describe what that experience, that run was like for you and how it's shaped you in terms of trying to build your career here at the next level.
First and foremost, I want to say it's been extremely exciting and good for me to see Dante, Jalen, E, Mikal, Phil, those guys just have success in the league and kind of find their niche. And it's just good to see that all those guys from the same team are here at this level and doing well. So as far as the experience goes, I wouldn't trade it for anything. One of the best years of my life. So an amazing experience, left me with a lot of lessons, a lot of habits and things that I would take going forward into the rest of my life. So it was really extremely humbling, but a blessing.
Next question comes from Steve Popper, Newsday.
Hey, Omari. Some of the guys had said that Coach Thibodeau was already talking to them all summer about, or since he's been on, about conditioning and coming into camp really in shape. You talked about the things that people talked about before. Have you changed your body this year? Has this summer been a big thing for you?
Definitely, man. I just want to compete. And I know that's something like Tibbs stresses. I wasn't here at the beginning of the summer. I was definitely still in Minnesota. So the conversations that he had with those guys, I'm getting now. And I understand them, and I want everyone to know that I'm going to work as hard as I can to be the player that this team needs me to be. So that's really all I had to say on that.
Next question comes from Bomadelli, Knicks Digital.
Hey, Omari, what's something you would want to tell Knicks fans about your game and about how you're approaching this season?
Play hard. I'll leave it out there. Whatever I have, I'm going to give. So I feel like that's something the city can respect. Hard work, gritty, grind out, and it don't have to be pretty. So that's definitely the biggest aspect of my game that I take from Villanova, along with some talent things like shooting the ball, being able to jump, rebounding, and just tenacity. Those are the things that I bring to the game.
Our next question comes from Spencer Julian, MSG.
Omari, what was your reaction when you found out you were coming to the Knicks and kind of, coming back to, an area where you're well familiar with?
I mean, it was exciting to be here, fresh start, the ability to compete again, the ability to showcase myself and just get after it. And I know that Coach Tibbs, he likes guys to compete, and I'm just going to compete day in and day out and do what I love. And when you give everything to the game, Coach Tibbs says it all the time, when you give everything to the game, there's no pressure, it's just love.
And our last question comes from Ian Begley, SNY.
Hey, Omari, thanks for doing this. I hope your friends and family are doing well. Just curiosity. Yeah, of course. Do you have pre-existing relationships with any of the guys on this roster now? Are you close with anybody?
It's kind of crazy because it's like, you grow up playing with these guys. Like I was in the same class as Dennis Smith Jr. I was in the same class as Kevin Knox coming out drafted. So it's like you just know certain people from playing basketball and being on certain circuits. And, it's kind of familiarity because, like, we're all young. So it's like if I haven't met you, I've heard of you. So it's just that kind of thing. So it's, like, kind of easy to, like, come into a locker room with all guys like age and just kind of connect.